Hi, I'm attorney James Betzold, and if you're a new lawyer recently out of law school, or maybe you just passed the bar, where you are now, I once was. I was starting my own law firm right out of law school, and I've got some tips that can help you move things along. I hope you find it helpful. I think what kept us going in the early months and few years really was the fear of starvation. Sort of that healthy fear that things aren't looking so good right now. I need more clients. That fear, that visceral, how am I going to provide for my people, for my tribe? That's one of the most motivating things that can help drive innovation, ingenuity. It's important to hustle. When you're starting out in your new law firm, you need that like internal motivation, that hustle, that let's keep going, let's go do what else can we do? What else can we do? You know, you're taking your work hours, after work hours, Saturday hours, Sunday hours, whatever hours you have to work. Hopefully not Sunday. You got to give yourself a break. You're going to burn out too easily. But you've got to do whatever you need to do to bring people in the door. So before we start talking about some things that we did and you can do to help get your business started, let's just remember our ethical responsibilities, right? You can't directly solicit clients with advertising these days. I mean, that's pretty much universally accepted. Different states, some states still have pretty arcane rules when it comes to attorney advertising. If you're in one of those states, I feel for you, but know your rules. If you have to get approval for an ad, get approval for the ad. Whatever you got to do, make sure you're not bending the rules so you don't lose your license over something silly, right? You don't want to be suspended right out the gate. You, of course, can't communicate with a represented party. That's generally known. And, of course, you can't solicit to speak with an unrepresented party or with a already represented party. If they already have an attorney and come to you for a second opinion, that's okay. And of course, you can't use third parties to get around these requirements. Some nasty business out there. So when we're talking about hustle in the starting a new law firm area, we're really talking about waking up in the morning and doing everything you can until you fall asleep to help make your law firm a success. And so here's some things that we did starting out, and I think this will probably help you as well. First, rule number one, you need some promotional materials. You got to get them somehow. You can start with business cards. We did some business cards and brochures. We brought those to local businesses that allowed us to have them on their counter there because they knew we were serving many of the same clients that they did. So we went to the Spanish-speaking stores, like the Latino stores, the Mexican stores, whatever. We went to every business that we found. We made a list. We went from neighborhood to neighborhood, dropped off materials there, introduced ourselves to the owners, looked for opportunities. There was even there was a really small town just south of here with a Latino community and a Mexican store, essentially. And we brought a table and we did walk-in consults for free on some Saturdays to help drum up business, right? To get us known, get people talking about us. We advertised. Another thing we did is we advertised in the local newspaper, the local Latino newspaper, because that was our niche market. Immigration practice. We wanted to serve the Latino community. We did interviews whenever we could with them. We wrote articles for the local Spanish-speaking newspaper on immigration and other legal topics. So, free advertising for us, free content for the newspaper. Helped us get some traction in the community. We would go to local events, sponsor events that our community, the community we wanted to target, would be at. So Latino events, cultural events, churches, not really synagogues. We would go to a synagogue, but our people really weren't there. But churches, definitely we did. When they would have events and we'd sponsor it a little bit, have a tablecloth, talk to people, get to know them, hand out free stuff. And that helped a lot. And gave us a little bit of notoriety. People got used to seeing us and knew that we were among the trusted law firms in the area that they could go to for help. We talk about hustle, right? And just constantly going and doing anything you can to be better until it works. I wasn't great at speaking Spanish when I started. I remember getting confused during a consultation. I could speak Portuguese, but I didn't actually speak Spanish super fluently in the beginning. So I studied it, right? Got some CDs, got some books, watched videos, anything you can do to hone those language skills if you're working with a community that has a language that speaks a language that is not your native language. You definitely want to be working on that. In the beginning of our law firm, here's another pointer. We experimented with many different types of cases, right? We did civil litigation, we did landlord-tenant cases, we would do criminal defense, immigration, family law, other things. But eventually, we found that we were able to achieve a higher efficiency if we focused on one area. Now, early on in your firm, you may not have that luxury. Maybe you have to take those key few areas. That's fine. Do it. Be as efficient as you can. Have written procedures and practices in place so nothing falls through the cracks. Use a good case management system early. And by that, I mean get yourself a subscription to a cloud-based legal case management software. And you know what? I happen to know one. We actually, as part of building our practice, when we were in that office house, we said, you know what, these things we're using, we've got we need some better tools. And specifically, we needed to fill immigration forms more efficiently. We didn't have a tool for it that would work well. This was back in 2013, 2014. I said, all right, I wonder if we could build something. That can always be a possibility. And let me just say, if you have an idea for some legal software you need for your firm, maybe other people need it too. Contact me. I have a whole software team. We might be able to do something about that. But what we did for ourselves is we built a company called Prima.Law. And Prima.Law is not just for filling forms, although that is a very amazing feature that it does have. We have forms collections for the practice of immigration. If you work in California and you need to fill the California forms, we have those. This can be automated. Michigan, same deal with the forms. New York, you got a lot of forms you got to deal with. Chicago, Illinois, Cook County, Illinois, we have the forms for that. Florida, you got forms too. There's a lot of areas that we have forms for. But overall, we are a general case management platform. We have billing, time tracking. You can do your invoices. You can accept payments. You can give your clients access to a customizable client portal. So you can share a checklist with them and be uploading documents, downloading documents, sharing things through that in a completely secure environment. It's a full case management suite. It's got all the features you're going to need. You can find a free trial at Prima.Law. Another thing I did to hustle is I volunteered at a local Latino organization. I volunteered to teach English at church. At the local Latino organization, I would do consultations for the community. It gave me very quick access to very many people who had a wide range of legal needs that it encouraged me to brush up on immediately. So that was great. It's a great experience. The other important thing you can do is continue your education. Now, this doesn't mean you have to go back to law school. This doesn't mean you have to go get that LLM, although it's not a bad idea either. But by joining an immigration lawyers group, which we did, and then going to the events that they host and participating in the training and the presentations that they did was a great way to hone my skills. And even if we spent a couple $1,000s on going to an event, plane tickets, hotel, lodging, whatnot, tickets to get in, what we were able to learn made us thousands of dollars in the next couple weeks. So find your people, find your tribe, find your community, find the places that can support you with education, that can teach you the tricks of the trade, that can teach you the nuances that exist in your different areas of law. Find ways. Here's another thing to keep that hustle going. Find ways to continually communicate with your clients. Send out a newsletter. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say that I've always sent out newsletters. I don't have an active newsletter right now for my clients. That's a confession. But you know what? Other attorneys do. We've done it before. It is effective. People respond to it. They enjoy it. It's good information. You need some way to communicate with your clients. Get them in a, use a texting service where you can send text messages for commercial purposes to let them know of important updates or things that are happening. When it's time for Christmas or when it's holiday season, send out a holiday card and be sensitive to the fact that maybe not everybody is a Christian or believes in Christ and his birth in December in the snow. But it is a holiday season, no one's asking you to take Christ out of Christmas, but send your cards out. If you can personalize the message so as to maximize the positive benefit it gives you, even better. So send out those cards. If you can send out birthday cards, they're going to appreciate that their lawyer sent them a birthday card saying happy birthday, wishing them success, or if someone's graduating high school. If you can start tracking these things and building this information in your database, which you can do with Prima.Law, then you can have the information you need to send those newsletters, those emails, Christmas cards. Actually, you can send a physical Christmas card out. And, like I said, the best way that you can maintain the endurance to keep that hustle going is to make sure you love what you're doing. It's helpful to remind yourself that you do love what you're doing. If you decide that you're doing something that you really don't love, you have a law degree. Do you know how wide this practice area is? You don't have to open your own firm. You can go work for someone. Go work for another firm. Go try out another practice area for a while. Go join a corporation and you could be in-house counsel, or you can take on some other leadership role. That law degree is valuable. You can do many, many things with it. Many things that can be financially and personally rewarding at the same time. You want to be able to wake up in the morning and love what you do. So as you keep your hustle going, make sure you're enjoying it. Make sure it's something you love doing, and have a good life. I mean, that's the point, right? We don't go to law school so that we can get stressed out and die young. A lot of attorneys do. Don't do it. You want to find that balance. We'll do another episode about, finding the balance and ways to manage stress and things like that. But just be aware that that's something that you should check in with yourself every now and then. Is, I'm doing this hustle. I'm working every day. Am I loving it? Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm getting some good results, helping people. Repeat, and repeat. I'm Attorney Betzold. Have a great day.